Hello everyone, thank you for watching my video today. Today I have two stories from Reddit, and the first story is new with no update but does have a trigger warning, as you can probably tell by the title, and the second story has a few updates. Today's first story was posted by Lude I Bun Bun, AITA for telling my ex, I had a miscarriage when it was actually an abortion. My now ex-fiancé, 28 male, and I, 31 female, learned of the pregnancy a few weeks ago. I was excited at first, but this last week I found out my fiancé had cheated on me while he was out at work. For background, his job is 2 hours from home and he chose to avoid the daily commute home by staying with his friend in the town they work in. We have 3 kids together already. Our wedding was planned for this next spring. He's also been accused of cheating on me twice before, but there was no concrete evidence from either time. But this time, I caught him myself. Back to our current situation. He tried to hide this other woman from me, and their messages were disgusting to read, and it alluded to them having slept together. When I confronted him, it took him a full day to admit he knew about her and the messages. And then it took him another day to tell me that he's been drinking every night the last 3 weeks, and he doesn't remember sleeping with her even if he did. He also refuses to call the woman with me in the room. Having heard all that, I'm obviously upset. I'm livid. I can't trust him again. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I haven't worked in the last 5 years. He's put my credit in shambles. He totaled my only mode of transportation last year and hasn't replaced it. Now I plan on separating from him and keeping the kids with me. This pregnancy was something he always said was all on me, since I was the last one to initiate having sex before the pregnancy. So now that I plan on separating, I also plan on terminating this pregnancy of my own volition. Since the pregnancy was my fault, I obviously can take care of this how I feel is best, and I refuse to have more ties to this man who obviously has no respect for me. I plan on telling him it was a miscarriage, as it's really none of his business now what I do. But am I the a-hole for lying about having a miscarriage instead of an abortion? Edit. I'd like to clarify something quickly. I have not denied him access to our current children. In fact, I have even allowed him to stay in the house despite what he's done, just for the sake of the children. He would stay in a separate room, obviously, but he has chosen to stay with his friend rather than be here. When the kids are around, I am cordial with him, but obviously maintain distance. He's a crappy partner, but I know my kids love their father, and I'd hate to punish them by keeping them separated. So I've given him chances to see the kids, and he has prioritized his work. His choice. And now for some comments. Stellar Starseed said, if he finds out, just tell him you can't remember. He should understand. Rosie Flower Queen said, you have every right to protect yourself after the betrayal you've faced. It's understandable to want to frame your decision in a way that minimizes conflict with your ex. You're not obligated to share details about your pregnancy. Prioritize your well-being and that of your kids. Seek support from friends or professionals to navigate this tough time, and remember, you deserve to make choices that are best for you without guilt. Apprehensive. Bed9699 said, totally tell him it's twins. Just let him stew in that and tell him all kinds of stories about twins needing extra medicine that costs $1,000 a week until they are 4 months old. Men believe all this stuff. He will be so scared. And ask him to go buy a few baby seats, too. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. What do you think about this post from the OP? What would you tell her? Second story was posted by Deleted. Am I the a-hole for confronting my sister about cheating with my husband based on what our mom told me? My husband is cheating on me. I know this for certain. He's doing all the things a cheating spouse would do. He has taken off his location tracker, he has been ignoring me, staying out late with work buddies, has all the excuses for everything. I know what this is. I don't know with whom, but I know he is. I talked to my mom about this, and she mentioned how my sister has been doing the same thing. I have 2 sisters. One is married and has kids, Ray, and the other is in her freshman year of college and still lives at home, Emma. Mom says Emma has been doing all the same stuff that my husband has been, and doing it at around the same time. Emma and my husband have always gotten along, But now that I look back, it almost seems like they get along too well. My husband and I are expecting our first. It's been a good marriage until a few months ago when things started to get rocky. Then this. I confronted my sister this morning, and she denied everything and called me an insecure witch, but even insinuated it. I told her mom told me, and now my mom is upset because I threw her under the bus. Ray doesn't want any part of this mess. Am I the a-hole? Update. It's now really late where we live. My husband has not come home. He has not answered his phone. I texted him multiple times and I know he has read the messages, but he won't answer his phone. I was going to talk to him about this when he got back, but he's not back yet. I don't know if he's coming back. As I said in a previous comment, I am 37 weeks pregnant. I have preeclampsia. My BP is skyrocketing. I'm trying to calm down. To everyone who said to get a private investigator, I have been on unpaid FMLA for the last month because of my blood pressure complications. I have no money for anything other than this child. All of my savings are going towards my kid's future, and if there are further complications and medical bills. A private investigator is not in my budget. To the people who are telling me that I jump to conclusions, but also are telling me to get a divorce in the same breath. Isn't a divorce also jumping to conclusions? Divorce is not in the budget right now either. I know how much lawyers cost. I will keep you all updated. I will post in the morning. Thank you all. Update, I made an update post. It's long, so I started another thread. Last update, my life is completely upended. It has been over 24 hours since I confronted my younger sister, Emma, about cheating with my husband. I was 1,000% sure my husband was cheating with her based on what our mother told me yesterday. It turns out I was wrong. My husband did not come home last night. I know he read my text messages because they are marked red. He ignores all of my calls, though. I had no idea where he was. I got about 2 hours of sleep last night, and that was only because I was utterly exhausted. I woke up to my older sister, Ray, calling. I answered it. Ray lives in the cul-de-sac at the end of our parents' street, about 5 houses down. Ray is also a stay-at-home mom. Ray started by apologizing over and over again, which just made me nervous. And when I pressed her, she said she was sorry for not telling me when she knew for certain that my husband was cheating with our mother. I will admit, I barely can remember what was said because of the shock, but I'm trying my best to write it to remember it for the future. Ray said that this has been going on for a few months, so that would be before me and him were actually married. She says that Emma would leave to go to night classes or hang out with friends, and about 20 minutes later my husband would pull up to our parents' house. He would stay there for an hour or two and then leave before Emma got back. Ray said this happened multiple nights a week now, whenever Emma and our dad were gone. Our dad works long shifts at night. He would have no idea. We know Mom probably has location tracking for Emma, which is how they knew where she was. We don't know if Emma took that off yet. Emma obviously is not happy with me, so I can't ask her. The most damning thing is that Mom went out last night and didn't return until the morning before Dad got home from work. Ray texted her asking if everything was okay, and Mom said that a friend of hers was sick and needed comforting. Emma also did not come home last night, but that's probably because she is pissed and hurt and needs to be around friends. I will apologize to her, but I can't, without telling her what's going on. Ray keeps apologizing, saying that she just didn't want to get involved and it wasn't her business. She also called me an a-hole for confronting Emma, and says that by doing that, I'm tearing the family apart. She has forbidden me from telling Dad, saying she'll never forgive me. I feel like Dad has the right to know. I know how it feels to have someone do this to you and to have the information withheld. I'm not going to say anything until I have concrete evidence because I learned my lesson, but would I be an a-hole if I told my dad and Emma what was happening? Update. I've had nothing but time to think. I've been alone in my house, reading comments, figuring out how I'm going to do everything. I'm overwhelmed and I'm fatigued inside out and am too tired to freak out anymore. My soon-to-be ex-husband called me. He sounded like he had been on a bender and was hungover, slurring his words, repeating things. He said he's sorry, that he's a piece of crap, that he loves me, that he's on his way home. He turned on his location and did a check-in, so I know he is on the highway headed towards my house, but I don't know where he was. Our mother has been unusually silent. Ray apologized again over text. I don't care anymore. I haven't talked to my dad or Emma. I'm not going to until I have something concrete. I don't want to be that person again. Addressing some comments, Ray does use our mother for childcare. Could be a reason why she doesn't want to rock the boat. Probably the reason, actually. This is not the first time our mother has cheated on our dad. I remember back when I was around 11, they separated for a while. It was very traumatic for all of us. I have an appointment with my OB/GYN later this week where we will discuss inductions. My blood pressure has been hovering around 155/87 to 145/80. Swelling has been worse. I'm monitoring my health along with the baby. The cul-de-sac is not a trailer park, though I did chuckle. It may as well be one now. I am sure that in order to record him, I need his consent. I'll work on that when he gets home. I have thoughts about how to do it. I'm trying to be smarter. I'll update again. Probably won't be soon, but you'll get one. You guys are really helping me get my crap together. And now for some comments. Okay, Researcher 9553 said, "Oh, holy family affair. The whole thing needs to be put out there. Sister needs to be apologized to. Mom and husband need to be confronted. Dad needs to know all of it. Hiding this is lying, and you are the one hurting the most. Put it all on blast. First, go to the hospital to be checked out. Not the a-hole. Not demure, not mindful, said. The mom literally tried to pin it on her other daughter. What an absolute pathetic excuse of a human. If I were the dad, I'd get a paternity test. ENCSWDV Rush said, "Hey." Yes, the mother should have been a supportive mother who didn't screw her daughter's husband when her daughter is pregnant. She should not have been a serial cheater. The mother should not have implied it was her other daughter doing the cheating because she didn't want accountability for destroying the unity of the family. The husband of OP and mother are solely responsible for what is coming. There are too many people who know what's going on for the rest of the people not to find out. It's unfortunate it's blasted here, but OP's mother and her actions, her lying and deceit are what will destroy this family. The cohesion and trust are gone. None of this would have happened if OP's husband and mother didn't do this. They are the responsible parties. They let their feelings and lust overcome rational, sensible, responsible behavior. OP is in pain and asking for guidance, maybe not the best place for that, but thousands of people will give her their opinions on how to move through this crap show. What do you think about this post? What kind of advice would you give the OP in this situation? That's it for today's video, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I want to continue to grow this channel and bring better and more videos for everyone. I have a playlist as well if you want to watch it. Thank you and have a wonderful day.